Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, Lauren Frey, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. So I am aware that Nier Automata is coming out on Nintendo Switch on October 6th. In fact, I predicted it would be coming to the console as early as 2017. I said that Nier Automata should have been like an early day one Switch port. I think it should have happened right away. I think it should have been like a day one thing. I don't think we should have waited this long. If it had happened back then, before I had played it on Xbox Game Pass, like not actually paying for the game itself, but playing it on Game Pass, I probably would have bought it. However, it's been so long, and I've played the game already that I have no intention of buying the game, even though I never finished it. Because the reason I never finished Nier Automata is that the game is, and always has been, a steaming pile of shit that was hyped up purely on the basis of trying to drum up interest for every new PS4 game coming out in like that Switch period. Because the Switch was brand new. It was a big deal. It was like already stopping the competition. And Sony was like bringing out all the stops to try to put a dent in what Nintendo was doing. Yakuza 0 got a lot of publicity. Persona 5, Nier Automata, Horizon Zero Dawn. All of these games got like rave reviews and all this publicity, like trying to convince you, the gamer, that all of this was better than Breath of the Wild, which didn't work, especially in the case of Breath of the Wild. But Nier Automata, I think, is an interesting example because I think out of those four games, it's probably the one that I saw the most blind fanaticism for. Like, whenever people said like Horizon Zero Dawn was better Zelda, it was basically just fanboying. I don't think anyone actually believed it. Like Yakuza 0, I think had developed a following, but like that has been subsequently like that's been slowly dying off as the games have like declined in quality. You have Persona 5, which of course also should have come out on Switch. I think out of those games, Nier Automata had this weird following of people who worshipped it. Like for a while there, from like 2017 to like probably 2019 or so, like Nier Automata was considered one of the best games ever, right? Like it was huge, it was everywhere. Like people wouldn't stop talking about 2B's ass. People wouldn't stop talking about the multiple endings and like the deep plot and like the crazy combat, which isn't all that good, by the way. Like people were like raving about this like mediocre action RPG, and when I finally got around to playing it, I was more disappointed than I thought I would because I was expecting something like actually competently made. I was expecting something interesting and unique, but what I got was just a very basic story about like androids fighting each other, and it was just not all that interesting compared to other games that Platinum had put out, compared to Bayonetta, compared to Wonderful 101, compared to Metal Gear Rising, compared to Star Fox Zero. Like, if anything, I think Nier Automata, in a lot of ways, kind of marked the beginning of the end for Platinum Games, because I think this was kind of like the apex of like the blind worship of their fanboys, of trying to make it out to be like this was some grand, spectacular, like amazing action game, when like the same people shit on Star Fox Zero despite being like far better, right? Like we saw like this weird push to present like Nier Automata as being like this huge cutting edge like deep action RPG. Like Yoko Taro for a good long while was considered like the genius, the next upcoming star in the gaming sphere, when he's basically only produced a handful of games, none of which have been received well, and hasn't produced anything since Automata. Right? Like that's the situation we're in now, right? 5 years later, we haven't gotten a follow-up to Nier Automata, and we probably never will at this rate. I don't expect we ever will. And it probably won't be as well received as the original, as Automata, excuse me. Automata is a sequel. We got a mobile game and we got a remake that didn't do very well. I have no interest in playing Automata. Like I don't. I've played it already. I think it's boring. I have no interest in playing it. Like I have like other games to play. Like I have Persona 5, which I haven't touched yet. I have like, Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 that I need to pick up. I have like Final Fantasy 9. I have Dragon Quest 5. I have like legitimately great games. Why would I ever waste my time with a mediocre Platinum Games title? Like really. Like Nier Automata is just not worth my time.